Hey guys, the Beer Healer back here again, and this week we're looking at Evil Twin Brewing's Molotov Lite. G'day guys, how you going? Welcome back to Shed here at Beer Healer HQ for another week, another video beer review. This week we are talking about Evil Twin Brewing, the Molotov Lite Imperial Indian Pale Ale. Now, in doing a bit of research for Evil Twin, I obviously went to Google, as most people do, and did you know that if you do a search for Evil Twins with an S, you get some pretty disturbing images being shot back at you. And then, if you forget to put in Evil and just put Twins, you get a whole bunch of sickly sweet images of two kids dressed up exactly the same, so I'm not actually sure which is more disturbing. But anyway, all this talk of twins, why? Well, Jeppe, the head brewer of Evil Twin Brewing, is a twin, and his other twin is Mikkel from Mikkeller Brewery. Now, from what I understand, there is no love lost between these guys. They fell out a few years ago, don't know why, but they don't really speak anymore and don't really get on. Now, Jeppe, he is a zany, sort of left-of-centre sort of dude. He lives in Brooklyn now, was born in Denmark, and he's a gypsy brewer who has no fixed address, but he produces heaps of beers. Now, just me, I think there's something quite liberating about being a gypsy brewer, just being able to go out and say, oh, I'm going to make this beer, and it's going to look like this with this branding, and this is the recipe and the packaging or whatever, and then you just hand that over to the brewery, and they produce the beer for you, do sort of a lot of the hard work. I guess it works for him. For me, I probably would struggle with it a bit because I think you'd probably lose a little bit of control in that brewing process, and being a bit of a control freak, I might struggle with that. But as I said, works for Jeppe. He's got some critically acclaimed beers. People seem to love them. And you know what? They all love his branding too. Like he gets a lot of kudos from the design community for the branding on his cans and his bottles and that sort of thing. Myself, I love his hipster ale. I remember one night at a festival where I had quite a few and was pretty happy with myself. Went out the next week and tried to find them in a bottle shop. It is an absolutely sensational beer, and I do love drinking my beer from cans. So, what is it with these twins? Well, from what I can tell, they kind of brew a little bit differently. For me, Mikkeller probably pushes the boundaries a little bit with the ingredients and the types of beers that he brews, and maybe Evil Twin's a little bit more restrained, a little bit more about drinkability. They both produce great beers. They seem to be very popular, but that just seems to me to be the bit of the difference between the twins and their brewing setup. Speaking of setups, what a great segue. Today here we're trying something different here at Beer Healer HQ. We've got a couple of different cameras going on. Talking down camera 1 to you this afternoon, talking to you on camera 2, and then we've got our sky cam. So a little bit of a crazy setup, but I just thought I'd try something a little bit different to shake it up a little bit and provide you with something different in this video beer review for this week. So anyway, the beer is the Molotov Lite, as I said before, from Evil Twin Brewing. I believe it's part of a 3-beer set. So you've got the Molotov Cocktail Simcoe Single Hop Edition that he produced, and the Molotov Heavy. There's might have been a few other little names that he's used around the place for these, but basically 3 beers. The other 2 beers are a lot higher in ABV, into their teens. This one here kicks in around 8.5%. So still a double IPA, still plenty in there. But not quite as strong as those other beers. So let's give her a bit of a pour now. See how we go. Oh yeah, I'm liking the colour of this one. Beautiful colour. Oh yeah, check that out. Get that on that close up. Very nice, very nice. Might just take advantage of the Skycam and just check out the colour up there. Really nice golden sort of colour, with a sensational head on that. Just take a look at that head. That is absolutely fantastic. Yeah, really like that head. So the smell. Oh yeah, that is a sensational sort of citrusy sort of flavour. Yeah, really nice. It kind of smells a little bit juicy, fruity, almost like I'm smelling one of my kids' tropical fruit boxes. I know that sounds pretty strange, but that's kind of the nice aroma that I'm getting out of this. Maybe a little bit of sweet malt sort of towards the end as well. But really nice flavour. So now I'll just give it a bit of a taste. Oh yeah. Yeah, definitely that fruity, tropical sort of flavour keeps coming through with a little bit of sweet malt too. I'll tell you what, for a high ABV beer, this is actually really quite nicely balanced. Really nice back-end bitterness on this beer. Really quite enjoying it. I'd say that's probably a nice drinking hop bomb, if you like. Really enjoying what I'm tasting there. Delicious. Just look at that colour. That is absolutely fantastic. So I guess now, each week when I do these beers, I give you a bit of an idea of the food match that I might put with this. And being this has got a fair bit in it, this beer, I'd say I'd like to maybe pair this up with a maybe like a nice spicy bratwurst, bit of garlic in there, bit of onions, mustard sauce, that sort of thing. So you can sit back with the bratwurst in one hand and the beer in the other and really enjoy this nice zesty, citrusy, get that aroma, hop bomb. Now, if you like these sort of zesty, citrusy sort of hop bomb IPAs like I do, there are a lot of them around, and there are some absolutely fantastic ones out there. So what I thought I would do now is give you a bit of a rundown of some of my favourites that are out there. So if you do like this, you can go out and try a couple of others as well. First up on the list is a beer out of South Australia that's really doing some great things at the moment after going top 3 in the most recent Craft Beer Hottest 100. That's the Pirate Life Double IPA. Comes in nice big boy cans and it's absolutely sensational brew. Up next, one of my favourite American breweries is Founders. I love their all day IPA, but then if you want to go a little bit bigger, maybe have a crack at their Double Trouble Imperial IPA. Another Australian brewery now, Bridge Road Brewing. They've got their Bling Bling Imperial IPA, so they've got their Little Bling, their Bling, and now they've got their Bling Bling, which is the double. Bit harder to find than the others, and apparently when it does come out, it goes very quickly, so check out that one. Up next, Stone Brewing, fantastic brewery, and they did their Real Nation IPA, which is a real cracker. Beer out of Australia again, Kaiju Double IPA. Just love these guys' branding that they do on their bottles and stuff. It's just absolutely sensational, and this is a really good hop bomb, this the Kaiju Double IPA. New Zealand, for all those guys over the ditch, we've got the Tuatara Double Trouble IPA. Love what Tuatara are doing, fantastic brewery over there, and this is a really great beer. And then one of the originals, the Dogfish Head 90-minute IPA, an absolutely sensational hop bomb from Sam and the guys at Dogfish. It's absolutely brilliant, so check that one out as well. Now, as usual, this is the end of our beer testing this week, so get out and try the Evil Twin Brewing Molotov Lite. Just a sensational beer, as I said before, zesty, citrusy, and really nice and bitter. It's just absolutely fantastic. Thanks again for joining me this week in the shed for a Beer Healer review. As usual, if you can jump onto the website and check out beerhealer.com, check out my other social media pages, and if you feel like following me here along on YouTube, you can subscribe. So thanks very much for your support. If you want to leave me some feedback, please do so. Until we meet again in the Beer Healer HQ shed, here's cheers to great beers.